podcast here. Going to talk about how in the world do you choose a beat? Okay, you wrote your band is writing a song, or you're just trying to come up with something. How do you get a beat going, and what do you choose? What's going on? So let's talk about that real quick. Okay, number one, what kind of a song is it? What's the style of it? And I say style, specifically I'm talking about, is it a straight 16th note feel, or is it going to be a swung feel? Okay, so straight 16th. Pretty much most rock songs are a straight 16th feel, played as eighth notes, right? So we have, you're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and, if I'm counting 16ths, 1, right? So then if you swing it, it changes the counting and changes the feel. Some people like to call it more of a triplet feel, dotted eighth feel, all that can be applied there. So the swung feel, a little bit slower. Now that is a very obvious swing style where it's da 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 da, a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. It doesn't have to be obvious like that. It can be, So you don't know it's swung really until the extra notes come into play with it. So identify what style, is it straight or is it a swung feel? And yes, there are in-between feels. Okay, tempo. What's the tempo of the song? If it's a faster song, you're going to stay away from frantic kind of sounding rhythm. If it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, sounds like, oh my God, what's going on? Like a tornado. That can work, of course, if it's the right style of beat. You can make it frantic and sound good. It just has to be the right style of beat. The right amount of notes. A lot of times, the amount of notes you don't use are going to be more important. So just if it's nice and slow, big open playing, typically if it's a faster tune, some tighter playing, not as busy. Again, it's going to depend on the style of the music. Okay, what are the lyrics of the song? Do you know the words to the song, if there are words? What is the emotional content behind the song? If it's a happy song, your fills are going to reflect that. It's like an upbeat kind of a thing. Just kind of things that lift the song a little bit, versus like maybe, where it's a big kind of a thud thing. That'll work in the right spot of the song. Maybe it needs a big emphasis, but just being aware of those kind of things when you're doing a song is what you're doing appropriate for the lyrical or the emotional content of the song. If there's no words, there's always a reason for the song, right? Instrumental songs always have a point and a reason behind them, so that's why they're a song. Does it groove? Does the beat that you're playing make heads bob in the audience? Does it make people want to dance, if that's the desired effect? If you're just trying to club them over the head with music, do they stand there with their mouth agape? Hey, if that's the desired effect, that's cool, right? If you're trying to just impress them with, artistic wizardry or technical wizardry, then there you go. You just want them to be amazed by it. Some people like that. What's the effect? How do you know if it grooves? Record it, right? Do a little recording of it. Listen back to it. See if what you're hearing is actually, if what you're playing is what you're hearing. Does it match? Our brains can play little tricks on us in that way. For drummers or for any musicians, do you need to play your instrument from the beginning of the song to the end of the song? Is it necessary, right? If I'm playing, maybe there needs to be breaks, right? Maybe there needs to be times you stop playing, let the music open up. Maybe there's that riff that needs to repeat, or there just needs to be space to let the next song or the next part of the song move along, or set up the next part of the song, right? That's a very effective thing, like big parts, sometimes breaking it down, right? Again, this is all dependent on what kind of music you're playing, what kind of effect you're trying to achieve. All these things come into play when you're trying to pick a beat for a song. So I like to experiment, and I like to tell my bands I'm going to be experimenting. So they don't look at me like, what in the world are you doing? I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to try this thing. It may not work. It may just keep going. I'll change it on the fly, but I need to try this to see if it works. I hear it in my head. I want to see if it works. So that's a big thing, just exploring and having that creative mind and willingness with other musicians to they need to let you do that as well as you need to let them do that. So, yeah, well, I hope this helps. I know it's a lot of talking. How to pick a beat. Ultimately, just try things and see what works. Recording is a big thing, I think, just to be able to listen back. But a lot of times you know right away if something is working or not working. So, yeah. All right, so some things to know about how to pick a beat. I'm Peter with Boomer Music, Drums West. Have a good day.
If you need gear or advice with anything percussion, reach out to us at drumswest.com. If you like what you hear, do me a favor and tell a friend. Follow us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and sign up for our e-newsletter so you will never miss new content as it drops. This is Peter with Drums West, your source for drums, heads, mallets, sticks, and much, much more. Thanks for listening.